Record. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Grown Man Shit, where we discuss what is on a grown man's mind. And so, I'm a John Davis here with my other host, Keon Plight, but ain't nothing polite about this nigga.
Go to hell. In a handmaster. First class.
Oh my goodness. So, Keon, introduce our new guest, please.
All right, y'all. So, going into the new week, we got another special guest. We got Mr. Andre here, all the way from...
Name is Andre. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, the 210, the Countdown City, baby.
Dope shit. Okay.
Give me my theme music.
This dumbass nigga. Here we go with his fucking theme ass music.
We need better theme music.
Man, every time, is that just the same?
That is the same, yes. We've been doing this since episode 1.
What the hell ever, man? We gonna turn that shit off.
About to perform at the Apollo.
Okay, so tell us about yourself, brother.
Alrighty. Well, I'm an Army veteran. On my part-time, I'm an investigative journalist. I look into the occult, into the conspiracy. Anything that you might feel is controversial, you best believe I know it, and I am willing to talk about it.
Dope. I just got one thing to say, man.
What's going on?
Bro, why this nigga look like Lupe Fiasco?
Hey, look, since middle school, I've been called Eddie Griffin, Kevin Hart, been told I look like Flappy Bird, told I look like Oscar.
Oscar, damn, man. They just fucking with you. He said, nah, Oscar on Sesame Street, nigga. Oh, man. Oh, shoot. Well, what you going ahead and whoop today, Keon? What questions you got for bro, man?
Let's see. Actually, I was going to leave it up to you.
Oh, shit, man. Really? You don't want to leave that up to me. Okay. So let's get on some of your topics. Go ahead. Tell us about...
Actually, I got one.
Oh, now I just motherfucking got one.
Because you're taking too damn long. Shit. So you said you were talking about investigative journalism. You do that part-time. Tell us a little more about that.
So a little bit of my investigative journalism, I basically try to piece together things that is, I guess you see, things that aren't commonly well known. Mm-hmm. Things that you really wouldn't find on the internet. You really got to go searching for the kind of things that I'm looking into, the things I'm looking for.
Right.
Like, how many people out there can tell you that there's a German man by the name of Melville Herkovitz that created the out of Africa theory? And two of his proteges just so happen to be well-known black men, W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington. How many people can tell you that Melville Herkovitz was the protege of Charles Darwin, a well-known eugenist and racist? I go in on that.
Okay. So your investigative journalism is, it sounds like it's more like uncovering the history, truth and history that typically is buried underneath the surface.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
That's dope.
Well, all of our history is a motherfucking lie, right?
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, shoot, especially when it comes down to, we got to be politically correct, but you already know, man.
Ain't no point in being politically correct if the freedom of speech is really free.
At least that's what they say on Twitter.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about that, actually, with Elon Musk on in Twitter and he's selling people blue check marks and stuff? How y'all feel about that?
Make your money, bro. Make your money. It's a capitalistic society. Make it.
I feel it, giving out fake validation, it is what it is. All it is to boost the ego, nonetheless.
That's all it is.
Nonetheless. I mean, not only that, but, like, when you look at the news articles, I mean, he spent all that money on Twitter, and then that actually brought his wealth down. I don't even think he's the richest man in the world anymore.
No, I don't think
thanks to that Twitter purchase. So, I don't know. I mean,
But I definitely feel like he's going to make that money back. Like you said, it did bring his net worth down with all the money that he spent to buy Twitter. But now with this little thing that he's doing, going around selling blue check marks, who wouldn't want a blue check mark? People sit there with 10,000, 5,000, 100,000. Now people with 500, 150, 5 followers can go and buy a blue check mark. Who wouldn't be jumping on that? So, and the amount of people that be on social media daily, nonetheless the other media platforms, nonetheless Twitter of all places, you best believe somebody gonna want to buy that thing.
Yeah, they just need to change the name to blue check mark because everybody gonna purchase.
On everything, bro.
Everybody gonna be
Everybody
famous.
gonna be purchased. I don't need blue check mark ain't gonna mean shit. He just gonna get his money. He gonna run up a check, and that's it. Because I mean, what else does Twitter have to offer, really?
I'll be
Negativity.
honest with you. I ain't been on Twitter or Facebook in fucking forever, bro. Like, ever.
I'll tell you, the only thing that Twitter has to offer is negativity and the famous quote by Mike Tyson. There's a whole lot of people going around disrespecting other people without getting punched in the face for it. And that's all you're going to see on Twitter. You post one thing, it gets interpreted 10 different ways. You can make a post that says, I like milk, and somebody rolls out and says, you don't like people who drink milk? You don't like people who have... What's that shit that if you drink milk, lactose intolerant. You don't like people who's lactose intolerant? Like, no, motherfucker, I just said I don't like milk. You don't like chocolate milk? I never gave a basis. You know, so everybody finds something to be negative about on Twitter. It's just what it is now. That's what it's come down to. You give people a platform where they're unfiltered in being able to say whatever they want to say.
And people are definitely going to take advantage of it.
100%.
Which, I mean, I don't know. I guess, like... I don't know. It's just, yeah, make your money, sure. But on the flip side, it's like, I feel like with the purchase, it definitely is just opening up. It's just allowing you to be able to see, like, how racist this world really is. Like, you got people that, and I mean, now it's kind of like you can just wear it openly. And it's not even on Twitter. It's in real life. Like, I've had times, I've literally, the job that I worked before the one I'm at now, I literally had one guy come into the store, and he's just going on and on, just like, oh, you know, yeah, he said something. He was like, he was talking about something, and he was like, oh yeah, and they were black.
Yeah.
You know, white guy. And like, I heard there was a black girl that was in the store, and like, you know, she's looking at me, I'm looking at her, and I'm just like, okay. I'm gonna give you levels to this, cause we ain't fully disrespectful yet. Actually, well, I mean, not even fully disrespectful, cause like even just any level of disrespect, you gotta get going, bro.
It's almost as if a white person saying, "Oh, I don't like rap, but I like Eminem."
You know, I think we had this discussion when Antonio was here. The whole idea of racism doesn't really fucking bother me. You can call me a motherfucking nigga as much as you want. The reason why it don't bother me is because it shows how inferior you are to me. Because you got to go out of your way to acknowledge me as something that I'm not, and then you got to say these words, and I make you feel a certain way, which just empowers me.
And it's like, how much fear do you really have for me that you got to disrespect me at the utmost moment? Always. Never fails.
Well, the truth about it is, you know they know they're wrong. So because they're wrong, they have that fear factor, and it's ingrained in their DNA. You understand why they feel the way it is that they do, and they have to narrate the way it is that they have to narrate. Because honestly, if you look at the genetic chain, who's at the top of the genetic chain?
Everybody who got a dominant gene pool, which
is a
9 times out of 10
melanated
is.
person. You see what I'm saying?
100%.
And they don't have that. I mean, they're the ones that have the least melanin in their bodies.
Oh man, this is a topic that I really wanted to bring up. Actually, how do y'all feel about the fetishizing of melanated men? How every other race of woman fetishizes over us, and they don't necessarily want us. They just want our seed. They want to be able to say, "Oh, I have mixed kids." Oh, like Kim Kardashian saying, "I'm able to say the N-word because my kids are half black." No, baby, no.
Or the Kardashian family just in general. I mean, if you really think about it, like every man that they like, do they even have one successful relationship with any black man? I just want to know. One
without
lasting
tearing them
one.
down?
Without tearing them down. One lasting one. Let's see.
No, but there's a reason for that.
We have Kim K. She obviously got with, well, the husband before, because she been married, 3 times? After Kanye was the third husband, right?
Ray J first.
She wasn't married to Ray J.
She wasn't married to Ray J.
Nah, she
That's a
wasn't
sex tape.
A sex tape put out by Kris Jenner, her mother.
Welcome to our ghost host. This motherfucker just talking. We can hear the whole conversation you saying out there, bro. These mics pick up everything.
That's how you know it's good quality.
Hey, but you know that's perfect because this only adds to the flavor. we got Nestle in the house.
I didn't know we would.
got
Yeah,
Nestle.
yeah, right back at it. He ain't got a mic and you can't see him on camera, but he out there somewhere.
Just know that it's another San Antonian out there.
Yeah. He was on the last one. But yeah, man, it's to keep their lineage going on because they understand that their genome is dying off. And so the only way to, keep their family lineage going on is to mate with somebody black or somebody that has color because the melanated, let's say this whole thing with the atmosphere is changing. Let's say it gets hotter. Who's going to be the first to go? They can't even be out in the sun for too long. They turn every color but the color they are. I mean, they're the real version of color people. You hit them in the eye, what color does it change? It turns blue, purple, black, and all the rest of these. You hit us, we may be that for a little bit, then we go back to just being tan or whatever the fuck we were before. But no, it's funny to see, how the whole idea of racism plays out when there's really only one race, and that would be the human race. Mm-hmm. And if you were a different species, you wouldn't be able to mate with, that other species. So white women wouldn't be able to have babies with black men, and so on and so forth.
Other than that, one of the other underlying layers of that is it's a divide and conquer tactic.
Yeah. It most definitely is. But the funny thing is, and I'm gonna put this stuff out this way. Man, do you know where high heels came from?
I do not.
Shoot, shoot. It came from short men that were in power that wanted to stand over, the people that they were in control of, so they didn't feel short no more. That's your first version of high heels. And we're not gonna talk about what balls were. You feel what I'm saying? It were men dressed up in women's gowns and wore wigs and makeup. I mean, we celebrate this egotistical society. Women don't even know where it comes from. They have no idea where the whole idea of this beauty culture comes from. None.
Woman says, I need a man that's taller than me when I got heels on, but you only putting on heels to be taller than him in the first place.
Right. You don't even know why you're wearing heels. They look nice on your feet. I'm not going to lie. I like
Can't lie to you, especially if you got some pretty feet.
You walking around walking like a Thundercat. I love that.
Exactly. You started though?
Yeah, man. But know your history. You feel what I'm saying? Know your history and where it is that it comes from. And there's a lot of ladies out there that don't know their history. I had to go to fashion school to understand this. I started off wanting, my first term in college, I was like, man, what I want to do is design clothes for women. Until I met that industrial machine and almost sold my hand off. And I was like, no, we're not doing this. Ended up falling in love with marketing. And so, that's what my degree became in, business and marketing. But, know what you're getting into. Just don't follow the trends because your mommy did it. You feel what I'm saying? No, there has to be a reasoning for you to do anything, not just follow what other people are showing you. Ask the questions about why.
Because the quality of your life is based on the quality of questions that you ask.
Most definitely. most definitely. And most of us aren't. Most people in general are robots.
Oh, 100%. Most of these people walking around are NPCs or Agent Smiths that I like to call them. I only call them Agent Smiths because, look at here. Say if me and you were having a conversation, you might not be as enlightened on a certain topic as I am. I might not be as enlightened on another topic as you. Yeah. But say if I bring up something like, hey, did you know that JFK was killed by the FBI? And then you come out and be like, whoa. Let's not talk about that. How about we just circle on to another topic here? Oh, no, you an Agent Smith, dog. Because if anybody's seen the movie The Matrix, anytime an agent wanted to jump into somebody, all you got to do is run past a regular person, then you turn around and it's Agent Anderson running at you. What you finna do?
Most definitely. And most people don't want to talk about the real, Yeah.
It feeds to, it keeps their illusion alive. And that's... this rise of delusion.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yes, this rise of delusion in our society currently is becoming real disastrous. Because at first it was something that could be laughed at. It was something that could be shamed, but now it's turned into something that can be accepted, and now it's being compulsively accepted. Oh, you don't accept my delusion because you don't want to, even though I'm telling you to be a side character in my delusional story that I want you to be in. And when I say no, now you got laws helping you keep your delusion alive while suppressing me not wanting to be around it or affiliated with it.
You know what? That's true. You know what? What I hate about it is I hate that the LGBT community can do that, but when African American people stand up, they always knock them down, and I'm just like, hold up. That doesn't make any sense to me because you want to be called him, her, she, they, it, thou, dog, cat. And when I say I want to be respected for who I am, you guys look at me like I'm crazy. And it's like, you want me to jump into your delusion when my reality is a real reality. But your reality is based on how you feel about yourself, which you need a clinical analysis to honestly understand what's going on to you because you obviously don't understand who you are.
And not only is it how they feel about themselves, but they also want to project how they feel about themselves onto others.
That is the
and
worst
it's
shit
like you
ever.
cannot project that onto me.
No.
Yes, you can sit here in my face and say, yes, I am a girl, but I want to be addressed as a boy. Okay, I will respect you enough to do that.
Exactly.
But when the real comes to the real, don't force me to accept that. Because, how can I say this? Don't force me to believe something that I know I don't.
Yeah.
And it really just comes down to that. And whenever you talked about, for the sake of being respectful, I'll say the alphabet community. But with the alphabet community,
Man, we can hear you.
goddamn,
You might want to move on that far couch.
yeah, these some real good microphones, all right. But back to it, with the alphabet community, they've gotten rights quicker than any other race of people. Nonetheless,
But you know why that
they're
is.
but exactly.
They're
we
already
know
put
why
in
it
place.
is.
They're
Yes.
already put in place.
100%. How did
man.
it start out from a day to a week to a month? You might as well give them a year. But how many years did it take for them to get all four? And it definitely didn't take more than a decade. Nonetheless, how long did it take for us to get Black History Month that we didn't ask for?
Nah,
one.
Or Juneteenth.
Fuck that.
We didn't even ask for Juneteenth. And let me even lace you up. Juneteenth was also a fabricated holiday.
Yep.
Meant for marketing purposes.
Yep.
And to spark revolt and to entice anger and emotion out of people.
Well, when you look at the Caucasian race and what they're based off of, it's greed, money, and power. They've never, if you look at what Europe has done, there's never been peace in Europe. Never been peace in all the countries and everything else until Mansa Musa put his money in there. And they start having a Black dynasty. That's when they first started getting an understanding of what peace can be. And they didn't even know what to do when they thought peaceful was crazy. They didn't even know what to do with peace. And they still don't know what to do. It's ingrained in them.
Now, I won't even say they don't know what to do with peace. They don't know what peace looks like. They're trying to create a utopia that is never going to exist.
Their utopia.
Their version of a utopia is never going to exist, where everybody's nice, where nobody's mean, where nobody's shamed. We're all one big happy family in the mental asylum together. Why?
But that's not even the way that they look at it. It seems like they subjectify you to their ideology. And it's not you're not a free thinker. If you're a free thinker and you don't think the way that they want you to think, they have a problem with it. I mean, look at Kanye for an instant. What the hizzle? We gonna have to bring you outside, bro. Just give you a microphone and let you conversate in here. Yeah, my goodness.
That's definitely going in the bloopers.
Yes, yeah, it's gonna go on a real too. But anyway, so the understanding behind their ideologies and their psychologies honestly don't add up and make sense to most people that have had peace or have an understanding of peace, even internal peace, because they don't have internal peace within themselves. That they're chaotic even when they're trying to be peaceful to themselves. And you see them trying to be polite. I mean, they go extreme. They're too extreme in everything it is that they do, except for when it comes down to war. That comes natural. Every president, there's been a war. Every single president, there's been a war.
War brings money.
Yes, and we know this from the Rothschilds.
Definitely.
Because the Rothschilds were the first family to figure this out.
Oh, man. If I'm not mistaken, that man's name was Nathan Rothschild. He said, I don't care what puppet they put to run the country. Give me control over the money system and I control the country. Period.
Yeah. Now, wow. We know they're Caucasian, but are the Rothschilds Jews?
They are Jewish. But let's not talk about that before the ADL hit me up.
Oh, wow.
Matter of fact, and it's another thing. As soon as you say anything about Jewish people in a bad light, they start to call you anti-Semitic. But do they even really know the real definition behind the word Semitic?
No, they don't.
9 times out of 10, they don't. Then people that call themselves Jews, what are they really referring to? Because 9 times out of 10, they're not really referring to the Jews that are either being referred to in various versions of the Bible, nonetheless the Torah.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you really calling yourself? Or really are you just hiding behind that name and that title so you cannot be shamed for your actions?
Well, you know that's exactly it. That is exactly it.
You know, because as soon as you say something that makes too much sense, it almost starts to not make sense because it falls on deaf ears.
Yeah. Well, the truth always tends to fall on deaf ears. Everybody wants to talk about the lie, though.
The lie is more entertaining.
Yeah, the lie is much more entertaining. Yeah. That's it's kind of like the whole Hitler thing that they talk about. And it's funny, the funding behind Hitler and who was funding him, most people don't know about. And I suggest you guys look into that. You'll find France, United States, Britain, a couple of other countries were helping fund Hitler for what he was doing to the Jews. I mean, there were even Jewish people that were funding it. So,
like, if you really wanted to be real, everybody at that time was helping him do what he needed to do. He literally gave them the blueprint, and they said, "Cool, we're gonna hand you all of this absolute power, this in a sense, in another sense, supreme power to do what you need to do what you want to do." Yes, we'll say that you did it for this reason, but nonetheless, we all had a part to play in this. Yeah. Are we gonna come out and admit the part that we played in? And no, because we have to stay anonymous.
Yeah, but you know the funny thing about it is, and I bet you a bunch of Jews own this car. There's a thing called a Volkswagen, a Bentley, an Audi. You know that Hitler's responsible. Hitler's responsible for Volkswagen. You know, a wagon with wheels. That's what Volkswagen means. And that it was Volkswagen was actually created in the same time that the whole thing was going on with the Jews when he was going over there.
I know that's something I gotta look into.
Yeah, bro, it's hella crazy. I mean, even telecom, the way that we understand how to do stuff with telephones and different things. Oh man, there's a lot of radio stuff that he was doing. A lot of the medical stuff. When they were running tests and doing all this other stuff and surgeries that they learned from over there. And we're not going to even talk about the atomic bomb, where they were actually stealing people from Germany to create the atomic bomb. So.
Oh man, let's not even say stealing. They brought them over here purposely. They needed them.
Hell yeah.
Like, most people don't even want to talk about it. I guess the way that I can word this is, a lot of free thinkers believe in something called Operation Paperclip, which is something that was conducted or put in, how can I say this? This was just an operation that happened after World War II. Basically, it was the bringing of Nazi scientists and integrating them into the U.S. government in high positions. One of the most known was Wernher von Braun, but we all know him from NASA. You know him from NASA, but don't know him as the Nazi scientist that he was.
But NASA is also what? I mean, even the name is NASA. Really?
NASA.
You guys didn't look into it. Like the saying of it kind of sounds familiar.
NASA.
It kind of sounds kind of Nazi-ish, but
You know. And another thing that I really didn't like about the Hitler regime is that they took a symbol of peace and turned it into a terroristic and demonetized symbol at that.
Yes, they did.
A symbol of peace that meant a symbol of peace in India, Africa, in various
Everywhere.
other countries. But now that when we look at the swastika, all we see and think of is Hitler. At that point, it's sad, honestly. Because how many more wars, how many more symbols, how much more history is going to be demonetized and given power to someone who really didn't even deserve it? And how much energy and attention are we really going to continue putting forth towards this? Because what does that do other than it's counterproductive?
Well, it's not really up to us. Well, it is up to us, but the reason why that's being focused on is because of the people that are in power. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. I don't know why everybody wants to join on their parties. Doesn't make any sense to me. When you look at the Black Wall Street, we were the fastest growing cities ever to establish multitudes of millionaires and even first billionaires before they even were. So why do we need their help? Why do we need their money? Why do we need anything from them?
We don't. We sitting here begging for handouts whenever African Americans supply 80% of the wealth that runs through the United States. But
we only make up 13.7% of the populace.
At least as far as the U.S. Census is concerned.
We probably make up less than that.
No, I wouldn't even say less. I would say more.
You say more?
Given because of the fact that the U.S. Census is able to manipulate the numbers. Nonetheless, any immigrants that come over here from various countries, they get listed as white.
Yes, they do.
So if you're supposed to tell me that the Caucasians or Europeans or the Scottish or the Irish, you're telling me that they're coming in here in troves, there's more of us than there is of, well, there's more of them than there is of us.
Yeah.
That is something that I firmly can't believe, because if you are in charge of the numbers can be manipulated.
Oh, yeah.
100% the numbers can be manipulated, which is why what I've seen recently in the past few months, that there was a few documents and studies that the Caucasian race, they're going to die off in the next 30 years, which is something that they're vaguely afraid of right now. Now, I don't know how big of an issue it is for them, but
I give it 100. Man, I don't think 30. That's kind of quick as fuck. I mean that just means that you guys ain't producing no children.
And then they're saying in the next 40 to 50 years that more than likely all of the United States is going to be interracial. There won't be a pure race of people, or nonetheless just a specific group or category of people.
There was never meant to be a pure race of people.
Exactly.
I mean, we are one race. That is the human race. That is the purity of everything. The only reason you have your features is because of where your culture and your climate you were raised in, where you come from. See what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why you look the way it is that you look. You know, the Chinese people, their eyes are that way is because when they were traveling, the sand used to beat on their face, and so they used to walk around squinted. So that's why their eyes are squinted. You know, you catch people in hotter climates, they're very, very dark. You catch people in colder climates, they're very, very pale. So it just deals with the climate, and with your climate develops your culture. You know, you're going to be a little bit happier to be in the heat than you are in the cold. As we found that out a couple days ago.
And with a little bit of help of DNA shuffling and genetics, you literally have a new breed of people.
Yep.
Which I will backpack a little bit off of the natural selection theory created by Charles Darwin. And I think another a psychologist by the name of Dr. Jordan Peterson, he evolved one of his books that he has called 12 Rules for Life. He speaks on the idea of natural selection and speaks on necessarily how humans' neurochemistry is aligned with lobsters.
Yeah, I was thinking about this.
And then how this also equates to how women choose their men, how men choose to create a dominance hierarchy between ourselves. Like, say, how most women want that 6 foot, 6 inch, 6 anything man. There's always going to be a 5'8" man that's going to stand up to him.
Yeah.
Whether that 5'8" man is stronger than that 6 foot man, that varies time after time. But nonetheless, that's the man that she wants. The man that's at the top. That's the man that she wants. But if we're going to be realistic, that's maybe about 2%, 1% of men with that kind of preference that these women want. Nonetheless, they have to find them attractive. So that kind of lessens it down even more. Then, of course, they have to fight it out. They have to battle it out. Just like the lobsters. They have to battle it out. Whoever wins, that's who the woman wants. Whoever loses, he has to go sit in a corner, cry somewhere. He got to go cry in the car. There's nothing he can do about that.
You gotta go cry in the car.
But naturally, this is something that happens. Women look for somebody who is a protector, somebody who can provide. And if she deems you unworthy to do any one of those things, then she's not picking you.
Well, women look for something it is that they don't have. That is security. Mr. Nodder, what do you have going on? Because you out there.
You look half dead, Pippin.
You look like you. We catching you on camera too. This is gonna be a fun one.
Bro, I'll tell you. Nah, bro, this is just... I've been work, moving, tired as all get out.
This man beat himself up this morning.
You know what?
In case we didn't zoom in.
He got into a fight with himself in the mirror.
Let's just say the mirror won this round.
Let me move this a little bit. I want you to be able to hear it loud and clear. Go to hell.
You know you're coming right along with me. Yeah, it's okay.
Anyway.
What else you got for the brother, man? Yeah,
What-
we got to keep you up.
I'm up.
No, you ain't.
Like look.
You look like you just smoked a joint with Snoop Dogg, bro.
That's what smoking a joint with Snoop Dogg feel like. Then
Yeah, I mean, it must. You look like Mike Tyson just came to your house and like, hi, just bop, bop, even both in your eye. You ain't looking like yourself, man. Come on.
What you got for me, Pippin?
It's grown man shit. Not sleepy time.
let me put my glasses on, bro.
We got the futon outside.
Yeah,
You wanna
yes,
go
yes.
down?
He gonna pass out.
You can pass out. I'll take the laptop from you.
Put the glasses on real quick. Let me move this a little bit more closer.
He gonna sleep with his glasses on.
Go to hell.
See? You guys know my saying. You coming right along with me.
Anyway, and don't worry, y'all be able to actually get these on shirts soon and very soon. Go to hell on the front. You coming right along with me on the back.
Yes.
No, y'all getting no merch?
Yeah. You know merch, man. Trademark. Everything.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
And so, what you call it? So talk to us about, because you're from San Antonio. Talk to us about what do you feel like is, because everybody that I come across, they all say the same thing.
About what?
Just coming to the state of Washington, how do you feel? Do you feel like there's a huge difference from which as someone that's not originally from here?
Man, I got something to say to that. Antonio's hella fucking loud. You're good. Go ahead, please. I'm sorry.
But I mean, as someone that's not from here, I kind of already have my own idea and my own thought. But I want to hear your perspective, which is probably what we should have asked our ghost host out there. But we'll get his input on another episode. But for right now, how do you feel? Like, do you see any difference? Like, what's your idea?
Oh, most definitely. There's definitely a big change from coming from San Antonio, Texas, where we could walk on the street right now in San Antonio, somebody be across the street, be like, hey, yo, you got a lighter? Like, yeah, I got a lighter. Come on. You can't do that here. Did that the first week I got here. Literally, we went downtown Seattle. There were there was groups of people walking up and down the street. Hey, anybody got a lighter? Anybody got a lighter?
Everybody would say no.
Everybody was walking away.
fuck
I
the
even
party
walked up.
shit.
I even walked up on a man who was already smoking a cigarette, and I said, "Hey, dog, you got a lighter?" He said, "Nah, I don't got one." I said, so "How'd you light your cigarette?" "Oh, my lighter's in the car." All right. So I came from a place where people openly talk to each other. We got that Southern hospitality. The people here, they're real secluded. They stay to themselves. They don't like to venture off. They're just they're just real tight knit. Like if you ain't in their group already, they don't allow no new members to be in. They don't like talking to people. I would have to say that their interpersonal skills are very low, very low. But I will say, as far as the weather-wise, this is a big change for me. 22 years of being in Texas, it's warm, it's hot, I'm soaking up nothing but sun, and I come here and it's raining, it's cold, it's snowing. I said, God damn.
Welcome to the state of Washington.
Yeah,
But nonetheless, it's great. I know that I look forward to everywhere that I go here in the state, that it's always going to be something new. It's not something I've seen before, and I'm kind of looking forward to that, just seeing something new, seeing a whole lot of new.
Well, shit, how do you feel about the culture, the women culture here?
But
Oh man, I tell you.
but
Have you been down to Seattle University?
nah, not yet. I went to Washington University, the one that's in Tacoma. I went over there.
UW Tacoma?
Yeah, I went to UW.
I
Tacoma.
ain't gonna lie. People might get mad at me. But it's something about, for a long time, like I hear people from Seattle, Tacoma girls ain't shit and whatnot. I ain't gonna, boy. I'm gonna take your uncle saying, boy.
But you know why that is, right? The further south you always go.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. It's always the further south you go, you can pick up some.
And that's nothing against my Seattle women, because I ain't gonna lie, Seattle got some fine ass women too.
Yeah, but there's something in the water here.
They got some fine ass women
Because
too.
they done lost. I don't know if they lost their mind or common sense just don't exist.
I think I'll agree with the latter. Common sense is dying.
Yeah, man.
If you were somebody in the 21st century, nonetheless, this present year, 2022, if you have some common sense on you, you are a rarity.
Shit.
I think people with common sense are going to die off in the next 5 to 10 years, or common sense itself is going to die off in the next 5 to 10 years.
Oh, shit.
And it's kind of sad to say that. And nonetheless, I mean, if we lived in a society of people who were some free thinkers, people who actually had some common sense, people who really had a good backbone, somebody who's really not that sensitive that could take a joke and give one back, we don't got that no more.
No.
Nonetheless, there's no longer any camaraderie between the people,
Nah.
even though that's all we got. You go outside, you see a person. You go anywhere, you see a person. Nonetheless, us being human beings, we're social beings.
Yeah, but the hierarchy has taught us not to look at each other as beings, but to look at each other as dollar signs. You see,
Dollar signs and colors and groups and identities and...
exactly. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I give you that. We all have an asshole. Everybody got one. So I'm down with you having your opinion, but don't try to force your opinion upon me, because that's when mental fights start happening, and those mental fights turn into physical fights, because now you're trying to dictate to me. I would never try to dictate to a person. I would only explain from my understanding. If you have a difference of opinion, well, I'm open to hear what your difference is, because I'm a free thinker. So if you have something different to say and it can teach me, I'm all about that. I'm all about expanding my knowledge. I just don't want to be dumbed down to what it is that I have. That would make me human. That would make me inhumane. Right?
Oh, matter of fact, since we getting on that topic, there's something called well, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a book, but it was called The Web of Belief,
Okay.
and it was, I think, written in 1987, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on the date, but basically, I'm gonna paraphrase, but it speaks about the want to be right and the want for the truth.
Yes.
When you want the truth, that's all you're seeking. All you were seeking is the truth, nothing more but the truth. You're just trying to expand your knowledge. But whenever you were seeking and looking to be right, that's when the cognitive dissonance kicks in. That's when, oh wait, you said something I don't agree with, so let me go find something that reaffirms my belief so then I can tell you that you're wrong.
That sounds like most relationships.
I mean, you're not
Shit.
lying there. You're not lying there.
Between men and women, they go way back. Yeah, I remember when you was in middle school and you did blah blah. Girl, we 30. We in our 40s. Why you going that far back for?
Look what you did to me.
You mean what you did to yourself?
Bitch, it's called self-esteem.
All right.
But let's not even go there. Cat, I can't do it like Cat Williams. Shout out to Cat Williams, though.
Yeah, shout out, Kat, for telling the truth, man. Appreciate you.
It's sad that they trying to tear you down, brother, for saying nothing but the truth and only the truth. So help you, God.
I mean, honestly, if I just don't understand why they just don't let people be openly saying or open to say whatever it is they want to say. There's a market for that. There's
There
a
is.
huge market for that, and it's an upscaling market because everybody thinks on this minute level. So now you're reaching those probably 10%ers that are right here, and they're willing to pay for that. They're willing to pay for that. So please, if you can, let people be people. You can generate an income out of that and in an abundance. But we can't just have these thinkers that are rolling around here that think like a 5-year-old. Like, you got 5-year-olds that think better than most adults, man.
Oh, man. Honestly, to be honest, to a certain extent, children are way smarter than we are.
Yeah.
Because they're nothing but when you look at it, when I look at children, that's nothing but that's just unconsciousness
Yeah.
at its highest. Right
Trying
there.
to find reasoning, yep.
They're soaking up everything, every single thing. They observing everything. They're piecing things together. They're finding out things for themselves. And then once they come to that age where they actually have to put it in practice, that's where it goes from. And then, of course, the duty of the parent is to further expand their child's knowledge past what they've already taught them.
Yeah.
But most of them don't.
And most parents don't even know how to parent, which is crazy. That's the problem. They try to inject their ideology on the child instead of seeing what the child is interested in. Now, you can adopt principles, not ideology, because they're formulating their own ideology. As a matter of fact, you're kind of stealing their identity from them when you're doing that. And even through college, I went through a lot of courses that had to deal with raising children or the understanding of children, different variations and forms, because with my biologicals, I had a problem with. Like, great providers. So I call them more guardians because guardians provide. But as far as being a parent and seeing what your child wants and then seeking what it is that they're saying and then helping them out, they were terrible at that. Like, they didn't know how to show me affection the way that I needed it. And that is the first communicative law that you have to have for your child in order for your child to not dissipate him or herself away from you. Just because they stay with you doesn't mean that they're in favor of what it is that you're saying. It just means that they don't have another place to go, so they're willing to put up with the BS.
Sadly. And I mean, on another note, as far as how it goes with parents seem to forget that trust is a big factor when it comes into raising your children.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying you got to let your kid know that you can't pay the rent this month, but
No.
at least have enough trust between y'all within each other so y'all can speak. Whereas when I'm trying to voice my opinion, you don't take it as disrespect. Take it as me formulating my own thought.
Exactly.
And expressing that to you without your ego getting damaged in the process. I am a firm believer in the fact that the label, title, mother, father, brother, sister, cousin, grandma, all of that is nothing more than a label and title.
Yes.
If you are not acting the part, you don't get called that.
No. most
100%, I believe in that.
definitely. I do too.
Because I remember the first time I actually put that in exercise. Yes, my mother was very angry at me whenever, for the first time, she heard it come out of her son's mouth that he called her by her first name. She did not like that at all.
Yeah.
But from my point of view, I'm like, start acting like it. And
Yep.
I'll call you that again.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I think that, and just to piggyback off of that, I mean, it's not getting any better because when you look nowadays, you have these parents that, you know, I mean, they're roughly our age. They're having children, and there's no stability. And I mean, we've already talked about this multiple times on here. I mean, I think to a lot of people will divert to the fact that there's no father in the house. There's no man in the house. That's bullshit. Because at the end of the day, you can be able to. You can be able to. Thank God the Cowboys won. That's all I'm gonna say, everybody. Thank God the Cowboys won.
I'm gonna get that dude the incubation chamber so he can just yell out all he wants to.
But what was I saying? Oh yeah, no. So biggest thing is a lot of people say, oh well, it has something to do with the fact that there is not a father in the house. Bullshit. Because at the end of the day, you can be raised by a single parent, whether it be mother, whether it be father, whatever it may be. If that parent is able to instill in you the good qualities that a typical human being should have. It does not matter if the father was not present or if the mother was not present. Shit doesn't matter.
Oh.
So that's an excuse.
I agree with you a little bit, but then I don't. And what I don't agree with you on is the fact that when it comes down to some women, not all women, they don't have the disciplinarian act that men do. Men discipline their child. They're the disciplinarian. They're the ones that make sure that the child knows the difference between right and wrong. Mothers let that shit slide. And I'm not saying all mothers do, but you can tell the difference between children that have been raised by mothers that are disciplinarians and mothers that aren't, that let their kids get away with anything.
But that brings me to my next point, because even when you do have children that do grow up in a two-parent household and whatnot, I mean, why is it that, these are supposed to be children that are supposed to be, well-rounded. They had the two parents.
The lucky ones.
Yeah, the lucky ones. And this is one thing that I heard all throughout my first marriage about, just like, if you had your dad in your life, then, you'd be able to understand or get the gist a little bit better. That was something that was always like a tug of war, because for me, it's like I said before, end of the day, especially with like these new age parents, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm worried. Like when I have children, we're at this literal point in time where you have kids as young as like 6-7 years old, knowing shit that, there was a saying, stay in the child's place.
Mm-hmm.
My mom, she did not let me work until I turned 18 on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my first job at KFC. Like, her biggest thing was always, stay in a child's place. You are a child. You're going to act like a child. You're going to enjoy your childhood years, because once you become an adult, that shit going to hit. And sure the fuck enough, she was right.
Mm-hmm.
Because her biggest saying was, you going to wish, you want to go out here, you want to be an adult, this, that, and the third. But when you actually become an adult, you going to wish that you could have those years back. She wasn't fucking lying.
Mm-hmm.
These new day, these kids that I'm seeing growing up now, 6-7 years old, 9 times out of 10 they already cussing. They already know bitch, shit, motherfucker. They already know everything.
Mm-hmm.
They cuss better than all of us combined.
In one sentence, I doubt you'll hear a regular word.
Exactly.
You'll be like, you motherfucker son of a bitch, goddamn.
Exactly.
It's like,
wait, hold on.
That's all it is.
But I mean, and then not only that, but like, look on the flip side. I mean, and even with that, by the time they're 10, 11 years old, a lot of them are already fucking. A lot of them already know, probably know more about sex than we do.
Oh man, nonetheless, I saw this statistic that had came out. It was posted about the views of pornography sites. Basically, 80% of most of the views on pornography sites are kids younger than 12.
Really?
Most of them younger than 12. Nowadays, whenever you see these, like, I'll piggyback off you with these new age parents, 9 times out of 10, they're really not parenting the kid. They're just gonna throw a little
They're
Tablet in
They're
front
gonna
of them.
throw a device in their
Yeah,
face.
Yep.
Here, be on your phone. Here's the tablet. Here's the game.
Which brings me
Here's
to
this.
my next point. How many kids do you see that? Because hell, growing up, I had like iPhone. I would have had to work for this shit. You know, like when I was younger, I didn't have no iPhone. I had back then. It was the Boost Mobile flip phone. That was the biggest craze with the little walkie-talkie thing that you could be able to hit the walkie-talkie. That was the shit. Well, that and then the T-Mobile Sidekick.
You was chirping, huh?
I was chirping. Yeah, exactly. You see, you got a T-Mobile Sidekick. I mean, that was the shit.
Yeah,
and
the
whatnot.
Sidekick was the shit,
It's
bro.
a Sidekick.
The Motorola's was hitting.
Boy, I tell you, I had my Motorola Razr.
I can't even lie.
Couldn't tell me
I
shit.
stole one of my mom's ex-boyfriend's mother's old Motorola. I seen it in the house and I was just like, oh, that look nice. I was like, I ain't have a phone at the time. I think I was like 11. I was like, snag, thank you. But
This shit
nah,
was
really
nice.
though.
Like, I mean, and the thing about it is, and it's like what you just said, like that's the new day parenting, where I'm just gonna give you this tablet, and it's not even there's no sense of working for it. It's full entitlement, because it's like because I've seen women out here where it's like, oh well, I don't want to hear you yell, so here you can literally have whatever it is that you want, but then you wonder why the child is a menace to society.
Right.
So I guess my biggest thing is this, like, parents actually become invested in your kids, because instead of because I mean, I came across this one thing on Instagram, or it might have been Twitter. I think it was Instagram, and it was a meme of a girl who was just like, oh yeah, this PS5 ain't for you, this for my man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we wonder why there's so many, why when kids become adults, they have these fucked up mentalities. This is where it starts.
Yeah.
Because we're showing these children that, oh, hey, you know what? I'm going to prioritize someone I'm going to bring somebody in. And that's another thing that I got to give a shout out to my mom about. Because, like, her biggest thing was she was very stern about not allowing anybody to come in and just think that they could just, either son me, lord over me, like nothing. Like, she was not the one there was none of that coming over to my house, fucking in the room and everything. Like, there was none of that at all. Like, she took being a mom. And it's not to say, and I'm not saying that, like, you have to basically be a parent and not have fun, even though, granted, I'm not even going to lie, on the flip side, when you decide to have that child, I mean, people talk about, I still want to be able to go out and enjoy myself. Okay, well, I mean,
You gotta understand, once you have a kid, your life is over.
But that's a misconception.
Your life is
Ladies.
over.
Actually, no, I
Ladies.
disagree. I disagree because here's the thing. First off, I disagree
Go ahead.
because I look at it like this. Not necessarily, because I partially disagree. Because your life is only over if, for women, for women, if you're fucking with men that obviously don't have nothing to offer to you. And then you get pregnant by these dudes, and I know this is grown man shit, but I mean, let's just be straight for 1 second. You get pregnant by these dudes that don't care, that only want to fuck.
That ain't shit.
That ain't shit.
That don't got shit.
That don't got shit. That don't have a job.
Yep.
That don't do shit at all. That go into a store and tell you, oh yeah, I want this Xbox, and then you go and knowing that your dumb ass is gonna go and buy that Xbox for him, and then you get pregnant by him, and then you had a baby by him, and then you wonder why, you can't get shit done.
I got a question.
What's up?
My question is if there's a woman out there and she messes with a no shit dude and she gets pregnant by him, is she no shit? Because she knows what the fuck is going on.
At that point, if you're willingly going through that and you're purposely ignoring those red flags, then
Because you think you can change it.
because you think that you can because you think that a baby is going to change the situation. You think that, and this is why I ask everybody, because as someone that has been that's been divorced, this is why I ask any girl that even remotely I would even remotely talk to. What do you What are your views? What are your views? How do you perceive marriage? How do you look at this? How do you look at as far as children in general? Because I mean, come on now,
I would say that also goes into the fact that whenever we involve ourselves with an individual, whether it be male or female, we are always looking at their potential. We are always looking at their potential.
Yep.
I can count how I can count how many times I went into a relationship looking at that person's potential. Like, God damn, you could really be something. I see it. I know it.
But
That's how I feel.
But because that's how I felt too. But
Yes.
the thing about it is, until they actually want it, and until they actually decide this, that they step up and they be like, you know what, I want, because you can want it for them all day and night. But if they don't want it for themselves,
It's
it
a lost
ain't gonna happen.
cause.
Exactly,
It's
it's
a
not
lost
gonna happen.
cause.
What I found out, and this is the secret, we as men don't look for the potential in the woman. You find the potential within yourself. You always look for the potential within yourself. If that woman don't go with a potential ass woman. Go with a woman that shows results. Fuck your potential.
Yep.
Fuck your potential. Because now it's too much risk on my end. You see what I'm saying?
Because
I
you
see
already
what
invested.
I see what you're capable of doing, but you don't want to put nothing toward that. Let me invest in somebody that's actually putting, their money where their mouth is. You say you want to do this, you're actually doing okay. Then I'll help you with my network. I'll see what friends can help you out. I'll see if you need to take a plane trip down somewhere, and I'll pay for that because you've already invested in yourself. I'm not gonna invest in you if you haven't invested in yourself. No woman on the face of this planet, besides for my daughters, will I ever do that for.
Exactly.
And my nieces. But no woman off the street for what? For what? Because that can all be an act. I learned my relationship was a fucking act. I was in a fucking stage play for 6 years. That shit was not real. When I look back on everything, and I was contemplating and thinking, I was like, wow, I got the key 3 days. 3 dates. 3 dates, and I got a key to your fucking crib. 3 dates. That's no. That's not good, bro.
That's red, and I'm glad you brought that up.
That flag is crimson,
bro.
That flag was
I'm
crimson.
glad
Bro.
you brought that up. Because guys know. And
That is not a good. I thought that was something good, but no,
At
motherfucker,
all.
that is not
At
good.
all.
That's almost like a job that you go to the interview and they hire you that day.
and then how you,
Like,
'cause- and then you got, and then you
No,
really
my
wonder,
nigga.
then you really wonder like what is this job real? Like okay, y'all hiring me that day, like literally that day. I look at it like this. For one, because you got females out there that really be like, oh, I legit had one girl be like, when am I gonna get a key to your place? Only.
and there again is the ghost host
Yes, the ghost house. She's coming in with the
with the nice little ad libs that we need.
verbal annihilation. Man, you know how shit.
Literally asked when am I gonna get the keys to your place? We just met. Like I'm not. You are not. We are not. Like no. And then not only that, but then you have these females that they sit there and they look at what you do for in your last relationship. Oh well, you did this, that, and the third for her. Okay, well let me break it down for you. One, that was my wife, so I mean that comes naturally. Now you can be on that level at some day too, but because that relationship failed and whatnot, like we gonna like there's new requirements.
Oh, yeah.
There's new requirements that need to be met. There's tiers to this shit. See, you are at tier 1. This is the entry level. So I mean, there's a lot of we got a lot of shit, a lot of checklists that we got to check off.
Hell yeah.
Yes, exactly. Just like a woman has a checklist, a man has to have a checklist. Not necessarily you have to have one. But
No. Fuck that. You have
You
to
have-
fucking
okay,
have one.
well.
You have now. If you fucking that's one
But
thing.
see,
But
but
nigga,
that's-
get your nut and get the fuck out.
But and that's the thing though, because most men just feel like, oh well, because I'm fucking her, because I'm fucking her, then I'm in there. But bro, do you realize that we're about to be in 2023? You fucking her, and guess how many other motherfuckers are fucking her too?
Oh yeah. You think that's just your shit? You think that's just yours? Dog, man.
she can tell you up and down that she ain't fucking somebody. She
Speaking
ain't
of
texting
which.
somebody. She ain't doing something with somebody. I guarantee you, if y'all were to break up right now, she got about 3 motherfuckers in her phone.
Women
ready and
always,
waiting.
dudes, understand this.
Ready and
Women
waiting.
always have another dude lined up. Before they get out of a relationship, they got another. They got like
another
5 of them motherfuckers waiting up.
My sisters, nigga. on deck. This bitch going
No.
And
So don't you think that
That
you
the only one.
you swinging Donkey Kong and she ain't
that-
got nobody else to go? I mean,
No, because
Bro.
nine times out of 10, when a woman leaves, she gonna hit social. Let me tell you how it's gonna go. She gonna hit social media. You know, oh, I'm on my boss shit. This, that, and the
My
third.
hot girl and
Exactly.
shit.
And then not even knowing, a whole week and a half later, there's all because the thing about this, what guys have to understand is this: women already, like what you just said, they already know in their mind who they about to fuck with.
shit.
It's pre-planned.
Everything they do is premeditated.
It's premeditated.
Everything.
They already
everything.
know. Okay, you know what? You fucking up. So you know I'm like your walking papers are already here. Like this is the 2-week notice. You don't even know. Like you know.
Yeah, I walked right into that fucking shit. So yes, that's
Exactly.
true.
Like you don't even know. You like your 2-week notice. Like I'm about to straight up. What is it called? Not pink. I'm about to straight up pink slip your ass on the spot. No benefits. Nothing.
You know what? And dudes, we can do the same shit.
Well,
Fuck.
okay, and then that brings me to my next thing. Diddy and Young Miami.
Did he just? I might get taken off damn thing for saying. Did he just a hoe?
But so let's go deeper though. Let's go deeper.
Yeah.
Do you agree? Because I feel like the word relationship, it carries no merit and it has no meaning nowadays.
Nowadays,
Because
it
now you have people like, for instance, Diddy and Young Miami, where Diddy out here, you know, you just had a baby. I mean, you got like 2-3 other girlfriends. I mean, literally, Shade Room calls it a roster. And then you got Young Miami, which, I mean, fine as hell. Throw it out there. At first, I didn't think she was fine, but like, I don't know what it is, like lately and whatnot over the past year, but she fine.
Money would do that to you.
Yeah, well, it's doing
money
You
would
can
do
get a
that
whole
to
lot
you.
of things.
It's
with money
doing
in
it to
your
her
pocket.
well. It's doing it to her well. But back to my original point though. You know, it's like relationship just carries no meaning. So like, what are y'all's takes on that? Like, do you agree that like this new way of dating, this relationship ish?
I would
Style
say
of dating.
the new style of relationships or dating, it revolves around sex first before the relationship even starts.
Yep, it does. I mean,
Yes.
shit. You meet. You're scrolling through somebody's picture. You don't even know them, and you're picking them based off the way it is they fucking look. You feel what I'm saying? So
Ain't even had a conversation with the person at all. You
that
don't even know if
sets
they got a
you up
brain
for
on
failure.
them.
The bio is
Yeah, that sets you up for failure. You see what I'm saying? And
bio on the picture is a lie.
yeah, the bios most definitely. a lie.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
nonetheless, I would say about social media, you can almost tell what kind of person. You can almost tell what kind of person they are when you look at their story. What do you
Oh, yeah.
post on a regular? What
Toxic.
do you talk about on the daily? If you got a female talking about, ooh, wait till I get a nigga to do this and do that. I can't wait to have a nigga to do this and do that. At that point, baby, you begging for attention.
Yeah.
Obviously, nobody's hitting your inbox, even if they are. There's this one person that I was involved with at one point in time. And I texted her and I was just on some real shit. I said, how many niggas do you got on your phone right now?
Yeah.
That is texting you right now. How many? She said, I got 4 other contenders, but you're the one who has my attention right now.
Biggest lie that can ever be told.
Biggest lie, yeah.
Biggest lie.
Yeah, yo,
Thank you.
Yo,
Thank
yo,
you.
Men, I need to let you know, like, on the real shit, bro. There are more women in the motherfucking world than there are men. Please,
I look at it like this. I mean,
please, right now, just
have some contenders your damn
yeah,
self.
exactly.
If you be like, if she hit you with, oh, there's 4 contenders, but you the one that got my heart. Okay, well, cool. Since we being honest, I mean, hell, I mean, I'm talking to about 3-4 myself. You know, so I mean, we just gonna see how this is gonna go.
Especially
At
with this
point.
polygamy bullshit. You feel what I'm saying?
But I'm not even gonna lie, because on the flip side, because I ain't even gonna lie, I'm not even that type of dude. Like,
Nah, that's not,
the type of person I am. Like, one, that's a headache. Juggling all these different women.
It
all
is.
these
That's too
different
many personalities to
Thank
deal
you.
with.
bro.
All these different
with
personalities.
one, with one, you're at least dealing with 3.
About.
Thank you.
That's just
about.
one. You're dealing with three.
But 9 times out of 10, that's due to an identity crisis. But we won't get into that.
But most of them have identity crisis.
yes.
Okay,
You
so,
feel what I'm saying?
my thing is this: be loyal, be faithful.
Do they know what that is, though?
Yes.
I don't think they know what loyalty is or being faithful is.
Not
Faithfulness
all
and
of
loyalty?
them. Not all of them, but see, that's where it gets tricky because there are some good women out there that have been hurt, but the problem about
But
it,
are they for the streets?
it depends on the woman. But I look at it
There's
like
a lot
this,
of women out there for the streets, though,
I'm not
man.
gonna lie. Like I really like personally, I don't have it in me to do another to be a part of somebody's healing project. Nor do I have it in me to want to have to heal somebody.
No, I got you.
Especially because I went through some serious shit.
Yeah,
Like
if that was the case, you would have became a doctor, right?
exactly, I would have became a psychologist and would have been getting paid for it.
Right.
But like, but being for real and being honest, like at this point, like the stage that I'm at right now, because like, don't get me wrong, me and my ex-wife, like we're cordial, we are, but there was still some shit that some realizations that came about that was like that shit really like hit me and like legit like literally hit me. And for me it's like nowadays like you could really be with someone, and I'm just talking in general, you could be with someone and that shit really and it really don't mean shit.
Yeah.
You can wake up and you can be literally doing the best that you can, and even in doing the best that you can, it can still not mean nothing because that person can still be gone if they want to.
Man, shit, let me even add this. That person that you were so in love with can wake up one day and say that they don't love you anymore.
Bro, I had that shit happen.
They can literally wake up, look at you, wait for you to wake up, and be like, "I don't love you." No more.
But that's a woman thing. That's not a man thing. Because I remember when my ex-wife told me, she said, "I love you, but I'm not in love with you." I never understood what that was. I was like, then why I just turned over and went to sleep. I was pissed, but I was hurt. And motherfucker. Anyway, but I didn't get it. It didn't register with me because I'm like, how can that be? And I now understand that a man's love way supersedes a woman's love. A woman doesn't actually know how to love until she has a child, because everything else is on her. And some women don't even get to understand that.
Because at that point, it's
anyway.
unconditional.
Yes, and it comes through them. You see what I'm saying? Now it's a part of them. They always talk about we this, we that, but you're never really a part of them. I mean, who really breaks up marriages? Most women are the ones that break up.
75%.
Exactly. And the same thing as far as dating. Most of the women are the ones that break it off as far as not wanting to be in a relationship anymore. And that's because they've already moved on mentally and found somebody physically. So how fair is that?
I feel like personally you should don't hop in the ring if you're not ready for the fight. End of the day. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest, I think that's kind of like where I'm at just in general, because it's like after my first marriage, like once again, me and my ex-wife, like, I mean, it took a second, but we, we're at a point where we can be cordial and where we can, laugh the shit off, but like it will be harder for whoever was to come next. And like it's like nowadays I can actually see a lot of, because I actually had this one lady. She worked for me, and I literally watched this woman as she ran game on like 3 other different men and her daddy.
Damn.
Got money from all of them, and she was just like, yeah, like, because she was going to a party and she was doing this game where like basically you got to pick a color and then you got to bring the color of the drink.
Riddle me this.
What's that?
Every pimp that you ever came across, where did he say he got game from?
A woman.
Boom.
Yep. You get game from a woman.
And then
yep.
And I mean, and it's true, because like, I mean, there's a lot of shit that like even there's a lot of shit that even
turn that shit off right now.
Turn that motherfucker down. Like, what are you doing? We just keep it. What are you playing, brother?
What I mean is by this is every dude thinks that they match until they come across a woman who's just being herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Every dude who thinks he's getting over on the chick has just crossed into the emergency lane because they've already been played.
Mm-hmm.
For every dude who thinks he has 2 chicks, she has 4 niggas. Period. There's no better player than a woman when she's just being herself.
Yeah, the only
That game to a woman, we lost already.
Because she can have a whole team, and the thing about it is, it'll literally go by rankings. All right, this is the one that I really want to be with. This is my fallback option. This is just someone I just talk to when I'm bored. And then whoever the 4th or 5th man is just they just potential replacements. They just there. They just fillers of time.
When you got a girlfriend, what do you call your side piece?
your side
Your
piece.
side piece.
What do women call their side pieces?
That's my man.
Their man. That's what they call their side piece too.
Yeah, no, because the thing about this, they gonna lay claims like at the end of the day, even though I'm not with you, I'm with you because I
They
mean
best
that's
friends now.
exact. Oh, yeah, best friends. Boom.
Best
Yep.
friends.
Actually, yep.
That's my
How
guy
many best
friend.
friends I have?
Yep.
He said, "No,
Yeah.
best friends I
You know
have."
how many best friends I have? Me.
Yeah,
Hey, you would know something about that.
yeah. I do know something about that. Yeah. That's why me and best friend can never meet. Cause best friend, I got something for best friend.
Oh. That's my whole point.
Best
That's
friend,
just
fuck.
being blatant without being disrespectful.
No,
Yeah,
that
'cause
is
they-
still being disrespectful.
That's
They
still-
telling
but
you,
see-
but you're not knowing.
But no,
That
and
is a best friend.
but actually no,
Nah,
because
dude.
most men know. But my thing is this: the thing about it is how you start a relationship is ultimately how it's going to end.
Yeah.
So if you are going, if you knowingly are doing this, and I ain't gonna lie, because I've been a victim of this. So like, this ain't even to put anybody down, because I've been a victim of this. I've done it myself. Men, we got to stop doing this. It's literally. My ex-wife used to always be like, "Oh, there's 7.8 or 8.8 billion people in this world," and blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna use her terminology. There's literally somebody out there for you.
Yeah.
Do not, and I repeat, do not bring yourself down to stupid or bring down. What am I trying to say?
Don't jump into a relationship with a person that's already in a relationship.
Don't
Fuck.
don't disrespect yourself.
Yeah, like
you
that.
bring your own self worth down, because the thing about it is she laughing at you because she's thinking that you a dumbass because she's still getting your money.
Yep.
She's still coming over. She's dictating where and it's not even about control, but she's dictating, okay, when you can come over, when you can do this, when you can do that.
You
And
can't go because all you thinking about is fucking.
exactly. Because that's literally us as men, is all we think about.
Matter of fact, let me just add to this. Men, if you want to learn anything, go to YouTube and look up Black Phillips podcast, a Black Phillips show. That is Patrice O'Neal, where he is spitting all this game that we are telling you right now, but he does it in a comedic fashion to where you can easily understand it.
Yeah.
100%. All of this is nothing new. This is nothing new under the sun. This is something that's already known, but we are still participating and entertaining in
Yeah,
this.
but also,
men think that they have outside of their money is they.
so on some serious shit, men, only thing that you can control in this world, honestly, is yourselves. That's the only thing you can control. You can only dictate your own outcome. Don't rely on no bitch to do shit. Don't rely on no other nigga to do shit. If you're gonna do stuff, make sure you have your business partners to make sure they sign their contracts and everything else, so you know everything is legit. But we are the only people that we can rely on, because once we start relying on certain types of women to do certain things for us, that's when we get destroyed. And when we get destroyed, it's hella hard for us to rebuild ourselves. And that's another reason why me and this gentleman started Grown Man Shit, is so that we can rely on ourselves. You know, you can be able to contact us and talk to us about certain things, because we as men have been through things, and we as men need to make sure that other men are being taken care of, most definitely, psychologically.
And that's another big thing too, because like there ain't a lot of men that's gonna have each other's back. Trust me. Like I literally went through that shit. Met a guy, thought he was cool and whatnot. Started hanging out. I'm the one that brought him into, basically like the circle that me and my ex, kind of had and whatnot. Introduced him, to a friend within that circle and whatnot. They hit it off. And like, it's cool now, because it's like, okay, I already got, I got my wife. You know, and you doing your thing and whatnot. Y'all seem to have chemistry because I'm that type of dude. I'm not gonna just link you with anybody. I'm not gonna link you with someone that's gonna run you dry.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna link you with somebody that is on your level, that's smart, or someone that's gonna push you to be better. Biggest problem that we have as men is that we don't stick together at all. At all. Because guess what?
Because we're too busy competing with each other.
Yep.
And that's the thing. It was a competition. It literally became a competition. Oh, well, I can love my girl better than you can love yours. I could do this better than this. I could do better than that.
But you know what that stems from? Insecurity.
But see, that's the thing. But peep this though. And we've already talked about this. You know, divorce came and whatnot. You think I heard from this dude?
No.
You think this dude has even thought about reaching out?
I mean, he was never your friend anyway.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying?
And not only and you know, the biggest thing is that like, you know, my ex and dudes, now girlfriend, they truthfully feel like certain things that happened during that timeline, like, they actually side with him. Cause like me and him, we worked together. Like I literally, I was, managing at a pretty decent job and whatnot, making pretty decent money. I had an opportunity to be able to bring him on and whatnot, made him the highest paid assistant, this, that, and the third. And this ain't even the throw it in nobody's face. This is just showing like, because I'm just that type of friend. Like if I see that you're down, I'm gonna help you up, and I'm not about to throw in your face like, oh, I did this, that, and the third for you. No, because at the end of the day, I want to see you win. I want to see you succeed. Yeah. But see, the problem is that we have people, like me or like you guys that, will reach out and that's going to try to help the other person. But then that other person, once they grab your hand with their free hand, they turn around and stabbing you in the doggone back.
And that's why you have people like us to make sure, because we can't see that coming. Like I had this person that I called my god cousin and this girl that was my god sister. My god sister was the one that served me the divorce papers. I wanted the divorce papers, but she ended up serving me a restraining order from my ex-wife, not telling me, and just was like, well, this was in here. I'm just serving it to you. But what I didn't pay attention to is when they first met and she got to know my ex-wife, she was like, well, if whatever happens, you guys don't work out, I'm always going to side with her. I didn't catch that. Mm-hmm. So she was letting me know what she was going to do before. And I didn't believe her because I got 18 years with this chick. I got 23 years with him.
Mm-hmm. History don't matter.
History does not
History don't matter one bit.
History does not matter. So
somebody you known for 10 years is more loyal than somebody you known for 10 years is less loyal than somebody you known for 2
days.
And the thing about it is, and that's what makes our dynamic so good when we first met. Because legit, that was the thing.
Yep.
Like, this dude, it's like damn. And then it even got to the point where it's like, they go and they hang out and everything like that. And it got to the point where like my ex started being like, oh, well, he does this, well, he does that. Fuck, and it's like, forget the fact that here I am, I'm working all these hours trying to provide.
Yep.
You a stay-at-home wife. And again, this is not me trying to like put my ex down or anything like that. Like I said, we both had our learning lessons and everything. Mm-hmm. But I am gonna take this moment of vent because, I mean, for so long, I was always told that I was the one in the wrong. And like
9 times out of 10, you're always gonna be the one that is going to be in the wrong
because you're the man.
Yeah. Because you are the man.
And and it's like, I don't know. I mean, as time moved on, I eventually was able to, forgive and forget. I mean, not forget, but definitely forgive and move on.
Because forgiveness is for who?
Yeah, it's for me.
Yeah, exactly. It ain't for you. Forgiveness is for me.
Yeah, but definitely, guys. Like, it's like what we just said. History.
What? Whatever.
History don't mean shit at all. Properly vet those that you're around now.
Yeah.
Properly vet them, and at the end of the day, just, like, always have your back.
Before you pour into somebody else's cup, make sure to pour into yours.
Exactly.
Because I promise you, everybody can say the grass is greener on the other side until you really get over there and you see it's nothing but patches of brown and dead grass.
Man.
Men, especially myself, I'm currently in the process of teaching myself self-control.
Yeah.
And discipline and sustainability.
Yeah.
I told myself every day that I wake up, I'm waking up at 8.
Yeah.
And every time I wake up at 8, get your ass on that floor, bust out 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, get up.
Yep.
Make sure that you are doing everything in your power to stay away from porn. Make sure you doing everything in your power to make sure you can self-sustain yourself.
Yep.
Do everything in your power to make sure that you become disciplined.
You know what the biggest attraction to a man is?
I bet you're going to tell me.
It's a woman. Especially if you're a man and you own your purpose, that makes you fruitful. Women can see when you're fruitful. They this person has drive, this person has purpose, this person is gonna be somebody. Then you get into a relationship with this person who you shouldn't be in a relationship with, and what happens? Your fruit gets tainted because you now you start pouring everything into this person, and you start losing, you start your soil.
purpose.
Yep. Your soil. You're not grounded anymore. You've moved it. You've uprooted yourself, and now you're trying to go into somebody else's soil who you shouldn't be in. I mean, if women are helpers to men, then they pour into that fruit and allow that man to do what he needs to do in order to be successful for not just himself, but for them as well. Because how men show love is the dedication and the gratitude that you've given back to them. They see that, and it makes them want to do more for the woman. But a lot of women are just looking at, well, what is it that I'm getting from me? They're not seeing the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is we have to work together. You want me for a reason. You want me to be because I'm either an icon or you see something in me and I'm driving forward to that. So if you take me away from that and you become this negative thing, then that's partially your fault, partially my fault for not seeing that, you're feeding me weed killer.
And not only that, for a lot of men, it's their own desires that is slowing them down.
Most definitely.
Because a lot of men, what do we desire? We mainly desire women. We mainly desire the flesh.
Yep.
If we are not getting the flesh and the real, where are we going? We're going to porn for it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of men out there with porn addictions that don't even know it.
I
or
get the
even if
need.
they do and don't even.
I get the need. Just,
Oh,
I
100%.
get the need.
You
but-
got to do it in moderation.
Yes,
though.
most definitely. And you have to stay on. If a woman is going to take you away from whatever it is that you're doing, that's not the right woman for you. I'd rather have you stick to porn and keep doing what it is that you're doing. You have a better opportunity.
Not only that, but another thing, like, guys, if she doesn't show a genuine interest, if you have some type of business idea, I don't care if it's cutting grass. If she does not show a genuine interest, if she is reluctant to listen, if she is not hyping you up or, you get the point. Let her go.
Yeah, she's not worth it. She doesn't believe in you. She's only with you for either your money or your status.
Whatever you
she's-
can give to her.
If she's saying that the idea is stupid without sitting there with you and saying like, I don't agree with this, but it sounds better with this. If she's just flat out calling it stupid, if she's just flat out saying, basically, I don't really want to hear it, come to me when you have a better plan, instead of sitting there and being like, you know what, this is my idea, or at bare minimum, or just keeping the negativity to herself and just being like, you know what, babe, you got this, I got you. Because trust me, in the past, there is only one female, and surprisingly, it was not my ex-wife. There was one female, one ex that I had that I would come up with some of the most craziest things, and she was like, even if I'm the only one that's buying whatever it is that you're selling, I got you.
That's dope. Sorry, that was an ex. It seemed like she was a dope woman. I messed up on a woman too. So yeah, and then
I'm pretty sure we all have. We missed what do they say? The right person, wrong time.
Yeah,
Person, wrong time, and the only thing that we could do is hope that, because you had in this new day era, it's the whole, I'm not double back or doubling back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doubling back. This and the third, whatever bullshit. I mean, the only thing that you can hope is that like you could find something like that. And guys, like, literally.
But the secret is, honestly, with guys, sorry to cut you off, is, bro, if you're on your journey and you're on your mission, you don't have to worry about it. They're going to find you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about searching for women. Women have to worry about searching for us. So they want stability. They They want to be, associated with somebody that has class and style, and that can move a crowd. So they're looking for us. So you, as a man, just need to be on your grown man shit and surround yourself by people that believe in you and know more than you and are willing to guide you and help you on your journey. And that will dictate your own outcome. Women will come, but like women is like, they're like the flood and the plague, man. Whatever it is that they see that they think is good, they're going to come to you. And if one is coming to you, that means you have a multitude of women that are coming to you. Just be patient. Nerds can tell you this all day long. As soon as the nerd gets money, there's like a bazillion models he can get. Mm-hmm. We done seen this happen over and over again. So, man, it's just about being patient and choosing who you want to be with. Because at that point, you can choose all those women if you want to. The choice is yours. The choice is not up to the woman, bro. It never has been. That's a lie. The women are never the prize. We're the prize. Why? Because we have to take care of the women. And the woman that we chose, that becomes our prize because we chose her. So choose wisely. Choose wisely and understand that you are always the prize.
And at the end of the day, with the woman that you choose, make sure you're choosing the right one. Because as soon as y'all get married and divorced, you ain't got no prenup.
My nigga,
That's why
you don't want to be like me losing that on $70K.
Dog, 70?
70.
I said the same shit.
70, bro.
I said the same shit.
That's 70.
Oh, God.
So I say,
I'm glad my divorce happened when I was broke.
I say, bro, if she loves you, she'll sign that prenup.
Exactly. And I don't know what's so hard. I don't know what's so hard for a woman to sign that paper when that man is saying, just because you're signing this paper, I don't love you any less. All I'm saying is that whenever we split ways, everything that I worked hard for, I'm keeping because I worked hard for it.
Now, if you're a partner with me
Yes.
and we build it together, okay, I don't mind giving
Boom.
you 50-50.
That is the only exception to that rule. That is the only exception.
But
if you was with me since I was broke and you worked all the way up till I became a billionaire, then goddamn it, you can get half. I will willingly give you half.
Right.
But if I already had it,
You
and
ain't
when
get-
we divorced and you want it,
You ain't
you ain't getting a
shit.
motherfucking
You
half.
ain't getting, you getting a goodbye.
I feel like with prenups, that's
Don't worry, I'm gonna work with you on your next marriage. She signed the fucking prenup. I don't give a fuck what you say.
hilarious.
I'm serious.
I guess I don't know, cause like I'm not like I do believe in protecting your assets for sure. I also believe like, cause I mean I don't know, maybe I'm on both sides of the fence a little bit because of the simple fact that like, and once again like with my ex-wife, like she was down for me when nobody else was there. I mean hell, I slept on her sister's couch for some like probably like the first 3 months.
But that's different. And that's what me and him were talking about. If she was down for you and you were building and she was there while you were building, then yes, she deserves it. But if you come into the relationship, like let's say you're a millionaire and you start dating this other chick, you make that chick sign a motherfucking
I mean, if
prenup.
you coming into the relationship and whatnot and like, some just got, because marriages, they're not built like they used to be. There's no such thing as, and people will debate this. They'll say, oh, well, it's because, women are no longer, this is not the 60s or 70s where women, knew that their husbands were cheating or knew that their husbands was doing X, Y, and Z, and they just basically took it, I feel like that's like the new age excuse.
It is.
And my personal thing is, it can still be where you're together 60, 70, 80 years down the line. I look at it like this. As long as nobody's cheating, as long as there's no abuse going on, nobody's cheating, there's not no, corruption, things of that, something that is so big that it can literally destroy every little thing, you should be able to work it out.
I would say in this day and age, you're not going to run across somebody who has not cheated at least once. You are asking for a unicorn. And that is not what you are going to find. You can say up and down that you want somebody that is not going to cheat, but I promise you the person that you're currently with 9 times out of 10 has cheated on either you or their partner before. They have been cheated on by you or their partner before. Like I said, you're asking for a unicorn.
I'm gonna add to that. You're asking for a unicorn with wings and baby Jesus riding on the
No,
That's
because
the fuck you're asking
I would, because for me, yeah, I can agree with some of what you said, but as far as the no cheating part, that's just in the day and age that we live in now. That's unattainable.
Shit, women cheat way
That's-
more
that's
than men now,
I
bro.
mean, they cheat way more. I'm talking about like in a marriage. Cause see, the
And
thing-
in a marriage too.
Yeah,
and,
in a
I mean,
marriage,
in
bro.
a marriage too, yeah. But see, I look at it like
Oh,
this.
did you listen to that great philosopher? I'm gonna tell you his quote. These hoes ain't loyal.
No,
Chris
I mean,
Brown, great philosopher.
I know. Heard the song, love the song. But one thing I will say though is just like I don't know. I mean, that shouldn't be the expectation.
It shouldn't be the expectation, but you have to be real with yourself.
But I mean nowadays, yeah. I mean nowadays it is because I mean I'm not even gonna lie. I'm actually happy in my singleness right now because I don't feel like there's really not much to choose from. Like there's not.
No.
Not at all. Like
There's a lot of beautiful women out there,
beautiful women, yes.
but just because you're beautiful externally
doesn't mean
that you're beautiful internally. I need somebody that's beautiful internally,
And-
which means that, you know, they compliment me and they want to be with me. That's what you guys need. You
I
need somebody
know,
that
and
compliments you.
I mean, I have a saying like I don't really care how like you know the looks on the outside. I mean, fuck that. What does your heart look like? What are you? You know, what are you behind closed doors? What are you with the makeup off?
I was that until I married a silverback that did what she did to me. So no, if I'm gonna get destroyed, I'm gonna get destroyed by a freaking goddess.
Well, but I mean, that's all fine and dandy and all.
Oh, man.
But that's all fine and dandy, all. But still, I mean,
Society has made it so that you can get destroyed by a silverback gorilla and still at the same time get destroyed by a goddess.
I'd rather be destroyed by a goddess.
Of course, you would want the latter and not the former.
Yeah,
but
most definitely.
I don't know. I guess for me, when I date to marry.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm the same way. But
100%.
bro, you saw what I got messed over by. And
mean,
I'm gonna show you guys a picture of what I got messed over
I
by.
can show you what I got messed over by right now because it texted me yesterday.
It texted me, you know, but my ex, she'll never text me. She'll never do anything. I don't think she ever will because she can't live up to what she did. It wasn't on me. It wasn't on me. It was on her. Everything was on her, and she has to keep the delusion in her mind so that she can move on. Because she has to lie to herself. This is what women do all the time.
I will agree with that.
They are delusional people. Not every single last one of them, but a lot of them are. Like everybody has different layers and personalities, but no, these girls literally have different people living inside of them.
I will agree with the fact that a woman, if there's not a general, because if it's not something that is like super crazy big that's easily explainable, I do feel like women, they do come up with an idea of, okay, well, I don't care what you say, I don't care what the facts are, because I've had relationships where literally it's been super small stuff that we can literally, a conversation would have probably just did it, or some space apart would have probably space apart, and then we come back together and everything would have probably been okay. I agree. Some women, they do live with that idea in their mind, like, okay, well, this is the idea that this is what I'm going to keep of you in my head, so that way I can be able to tell myself that I'm good. And then what puts the icing on the cake is when they go and they tell their friends and their family.
Oh, and that's what we call a smear campaign. And the most people that do smear campaigns are narcissists.
Yes, and
Matter of fact, let me even bring this up. The one that I told you
we are done.
It's not even recording with the sound.
I mean, we can go with the sound.
All right, let's finish this last little bit up and then we'll wrap up.
Okay.
Alrighty. So as far as the woman that I was dating prior,
Yeah.
it was one before the current woman that I'm with now. She texted me yesterday. This is a woman who thought that it was a good idea to say that her middle school friend was just a friend. Let me meet him. Let me meet his homeboy. Let me smoke blunts with him. Let me babysit his daughter, just for me to come to find out this was a nigga she was fucking when I would go home.
What the fuck?
When I found that out, she tried to lie her way through it. And this is how I found out. I got his number and I texted him. And I said, hey, bro, let's just be a man about this. Tell me, has there been anything that has happened between you two? whether me and her were together or not. Has anything happened between you two? This is the bullshit paragraph that he sent me. He said, first off, she's my homegirl, and I would never do anything to her like that. I wouldn't want to make her look like that, blah, blah, blah. Just spin a bunch of bullshit. Then he said, secondly, if anything did happen between us, that's none of your business, little bro. So pretty much he just sat there and told on himself.
Yeah, he told on himself.
So what I did was I sent a screenshot, sent it to her. She still tried to lie down to her teeth. She said, no, you're just taking what he said in the first part wrong. See what he said in the second? He said he'd never do that to me. Nah, bitch. Then somebody that I called brother, somebody who called me brother, somebody who watched over me and protected me in high school because I was there by myself at the request of my own sister. She in his phone, texting him, lying to this nigga, spitting a story, talking about how she got a son and shit. He was like, oh, I got a son, shit. Here's a picture of him. Let me see a picture of your son. Oh, no, he sleep, blah, 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 blah. Sitting there lying. She's doing my hair one day. I'm at my grandma's house. We sitting on the porch. She doing my hair. He pulls up because he needed to get something from me. I go walk up to him, and he's like, yo, who's that on your porch? I said, oh, that's whoop-de-whoop. He said, nigga, I know her. How you know her? I fucked her, dog. I was like, what?
So, man.
Dog, so they're out there. They're out there.
Yeah. Well, shoot, brother. Appreciate you coming
Of
by,
course.
man. Yeah, we're going to have to do this again.
Dog. All I'm going to say, whenever y'all are ready to have me, I'm here. I'm ready.
Man, yeah, you know that's going to
it's gonna be-
Yes, man. We you and your crazy uncle.
Curtis Payne.
Yes.
The real life Curtis Payne.
But, man, if there's one thing that we learned today, hoes ain't loyal.
Another thing that we learned today is, men,
man.
you are in control of your own life. You're
You
controlling
are.
your sustainability. You are in control of your self-control. You are in control of your own discipline. You are just control of yourself.
You
Be
have to.
in control of yourself. You have to. Your
have
life
to.
depends on it. Your reputation depends on it. Your net worth depends on it. Your future children depend on
upon
it.
Not only that, but self-love and self-help, self-care goes a long way.
And
Let it go. The pain, let it go. The
Yeah.
female, let it go.
yeah, we're gonna be listening to a lot of Frozen.
Hey, that is my theme for 2023. Let it go. Let it go. No negativity, like the negativity, the drama, let it all go. Let it all go. But in the meantime, though, the website will be done literally within the next, hopefully, 24 to 72 hours. GrownManShitPodcast.com. Can't wait for y'all to see it. Follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
At Grown Man Shit Podcast.
Please do. We appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Give me my theme music.
And grown man shit.
Oh, we need better theme music.
Ah, you
We
bitches.
need fuck. We need fuck better music. We out.